everyone, welcome back to this channel and welcome to what is probably the last video I will post here. This has been a project about me documenting my art process and it is coming to an end, which I feel like I had a lot of fun with this project. Getting to talk about art and the process of making it is honestly one of my favorite things to talk about. So I'm glad that I could express that to people. Not that many people are watching this, but I don't know. It was nice to talk about my feelings about it and just kind of like explain the process of art. It kind of helped me understand more about the process as I was explaining it. And yeah, so what I want to talk about in this video, besides like what's happening in the clips that you're watching, is what art means to me, because obviously this whole project was about my art, so obviously it must be important to me, and it really is. Art is something I became passionate about, I don't know, a few years ago when I was in middle school, and it has given me the space to express myself when I didn't always feel like I could express myself. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I don't know. I felt like I could understand myself more through the art I made, and making art just has always brought me a lot of comfort, and I love all things relating to art, which might not come as a surprise to anybody, but I am majoring in an art field in the future. I want to major in animation and visual effects, and that medium of art especially is important to me, even though it's not what I documented obviously in this project. That medium of art is really important to me because I think that animation is such a beautiful art form, and it's so expressive, and it just allows you, I think through art we connect with each other more, and we can understand each other a lot more through the art that we make. And one thing that like animated like movies and stuff has done for me, and why I want to major in that area, is that it's just made me, the shows I've watched and the movies I've watched have made me feel understood. And I think, again, art is a really great way for us to understand each other, and I think that's why it's so important to me. I want to make something one day that someone feels really deeply connected to, that I want to make something that makes someone else feel understood, the way other pieces of art have made me feel understood. I won't say that I think everyone should be an artist, because making art really isn't for some people, and they would rather just consume art that other people make. But I do think it's really important that you have a way to express yourself, whether that be through talking to people or making art, or I don't know, playing sports, or just like having a hobby. I don't know, especially a creative hobby, no matter what it is, like crocheting, sewing, drawing, painting, anything. I think the ability to create is a really important one, and it gives you something that you can be proud of. You can look at it and you're like, I made that with my own two hands, and it's something really beautiful. And I think it really does just like give you a sense of accomplishment, and I think it's just a very relaxing hobby, of one that a lot of people should take up. Just any way that you can create, I would suggest creating, whatever that is. Just having that space to express yourself and being able to just connect with others through what you choose to do, however that may be. Maybe you just really like to crochet and you crochet with your friends, and I think that's great. Or you crochet things for your friends. I have friends like that like to crochet, and I think it's just nice. I really think that any form of art is what connects people, what connects humans to each other, and I think that art is such an integral part of the human experience. everyone wants to be understood, but some people aren't good at expressing themselves to other people, so they express themselves through the art they make so they don't have to talk about it. And I think in a similar way, art can help you process really hard feelings that are difficult to talk about. Just making something to express those feelings you have, like whether it's joy or grief or jealousy or anger, I think art is a really important tool to manage those feelings and express them. Okay, I won't harp on the meaning of art too much longer. I'll just go over some techniques I used as I wrap up the painting here. For the blue flowers on my dress, I use this like fanned brush. It like kind of looks like a bird's tail, I guess is the only way I can describe it, but it has like feathered edges, so it's really, I thought it was definitely the best option to mimic the flower pattern on my dress. I didn't really want to go too detailed because the flower pattern on the dress was honestly really hard to recreate, so I just kind of did whatever. Moving on to hair, which I'm doing in this clip. When I'm painting hair, I like to go in an up and down pattern to mimic like how strands of hair would look in real life. I think that as long as you're mixing in enough values, that technique really helps you helps make the hair look more like it's not just like a blob and it's actually just a bunch of like millions of strands all together to make that illusion. But I do think drawing hair can be hard because you want to get the shadows down right and everything, but again, you also want to make sure that some strands are defined so it doesn't look like just a form on top of your head, but you also don't want to define every strand because that would take centuries. Some artists do it. I'm not one of them. I just don't know. I don't know how people can do that. I don't know. But anyways, I just focus here on blending in the values and yeah, keeping that kind of darker than the other side because that side was more in the shadow in the image I'm basing the whole illustration off of. And yep, just keep going with that. And you know, one thing I do really like about how this turned out is I think I did the eyes really well. I finished them in an earlier clip in this video when I was still talking about what art means to me, but I do think my eyes turned out really good. I think that adding that white sparkle in there really made it look like super realistic and just really brought the whole thing together. And here I am just contemplating it. Honestly, for most of this project, I was standing up painting because it gave me a better perspective. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but it's just that like looking at it head on, straight down, helps you a lot more with like understanding the anatomy of it and all. But yeah, I guess that's my final video. Thanks for watching.